What are you looking for? Where will your heart's desire take you?
Let's go!
All right, I'm back. It's JJ Starwind now. Changed my name on the channel for those that don't know. Was JJ Wilson, now it's JJ Starwind. So I guess when the time comes, we'll make a different intro to make it official. But here we are back with another Starwind Corner episode. And I believe this is 61. I have to double check. Should be 61. So because I haven't been out in a while, I was trying to look for more interesting news to talk about, or really news that's nobody else is really picking up on. And not to mention, I've been on and off YouTube, just kind of being more of a watcher than just a content creator now. But now I'm just not getting back on these corner episodes. So this article, like this one, was pretty disturbing, especially for those that are willing to risk it all in the States and trying to find that special one in the States. I'm talking about here in America. So this is from the USA Today. It says STD rates are surging. STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, are common myths to blame. I don't know if I'm going to go through every single myth, but I'm just going to highlight certain things that will probably jump out at you once I read these statistics. So let's start. On a global level, more than 131 million people are infected with chlamydia, 78 million with gonorrhea, 5.6 million with syphilis every year. In the United States alone, there has been a significant increase in the rate of almost all STIs. So, okay, they changed it. So now it's sexually transmitted infections, not sexually transmitted diseases, according to recent data from the CDC, Center of Disease Control, between 2016 and 2020. Now get this, gonorrhea cases have gone up by 45%. Syphilis cases have gone up 52%. New syphilis infections were at the highest level since 1991. That's a 30-year time frame. Whoa. Okay. Only cases of chlamydia declined by 1.2% during that time frame. However, this is likely due to underreporting, since chlamydia infections can be asymptomatic and can go unnoticed, whereas both gonorrhea and syphilis cause painful symptoms, prompting patients to seek medical care and be tested. Ugh. So why are STDs on the rise? Overall declining use of condoms, a laissez-faire attitude about the dangers of STIs like HIV, and years of inadequate funding for STI prevention and testing programs prior to the pandemic certainly played a key role in the current surge of infections. The stress of the pandemic was a catalyst in a number of ways. They're talking about coronavirus pandemic. It caused delayed diagnosis and treatment. Let's see, one study found a 68 to 97 reduction in HIV testing across 4 different US-based sites. Wow. There was an increase in drug and alcohol use, which contributes to risky sexual behavior. No surprise there. And the pandemic reduced public health capacity and resources. So yeah, everybody was so worried about COVID, that they had to neglect everything else, including STIs. So I can't be shocked by that. The recent monkeypox outbreak further stretched our limited public health infrastructure and resources. There are also many common myths surrounding STIs that are to blame for the recent rise in cases. So here's one of the myths. I would know if my partner had an STI. Yeah, right. Most of my ER patients are aware that they can get genital herpes, viral infection, from a sexual partner who is not showing any symptoms. This is key information. Given a study found that in 70% of the cases of herpes transmission among heterosexual couples, infection occurred at a time when there were no symptoms present. And they also know that condom, while correct and consistent condom use is highly effective, it may not 100% protect against contracting a herpes infection. So there's a chance you can still get that thing even while protected. Ah, man. Okay, we read that earlier. Chlamydia infection can go unnoticed, asymptomatic. Chlamydia is caused by a bacterium and is the most frequent reported STI in the US. Oh my goodness. The big difference between herpes and chlamydia is that chlamydia can be treated and cured with around the antibiotics. A herpes outbreak can be treated, but there is no cure. Those affected can opt for daily preventive antiviral treatment or as needed treatment for flare-ups. Oh man. Be careful if your girl got herpes, man. Dang. I can only get an STI once. This is a big one. There's no long-term immunity for bacterial STIs such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. You can contract these again even if you've been treated, so it can happen again. Another myth, I don't need to retest after being treated. The CDC actually recommends retesting 3 months after treatment for bacterial STIs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. The concern is that reinfection is quite common, especially if the initial infections occur within a couple. This is because couples often do not abstain from sex during and after when they were both treated to ensure clearance of the virus. It's uncommon, but the bacteria could spread back and forth in this situation and cause reinfection. Oh, man. Boy, okay. I've been hearing on YouTube that the mating market has been getting worse and worse over time, and hearing that now that the pandemic is over, that STIs are bouncing back in a major way, and it's actually compounding things in the health infrastructure. Like, do you really want to be bothered coming out here trying to score one or trying to find as many girls as you can per month or per year in order to find the one? Are we really serious? After reading the stats? Oh, we're still not done. Myth. I shouldn't be worried about antibiotic resistance. We should all be concerned. Treatment for gonorrhea is under the highest threat of antibiotic resistance, such that older medications are no longer effective. Wow. In recent years, the CDC removed the common antibiotic azithromycin as an option for treating uncomplicated gonorrhea, noticing increasing levels of resistance of the bacteria to the drug. Now, the CDC only recommends single-dose ceftriaxone for urogenital or rectal gonorrhea. Ugh. Yeah. Syphilis remains highly susceptible to a single dose of benzathine penicillin, and chlamydia can be treated with either a single dose of the AZ word or a 7-day course of doxycycline. Another STI that has been popping up on the radar more frequently since the FDA approved the first test is Mycoplasma genitalium, or MGen. It's similar to chlamydia in that it can cause asymptomatic infection, but can also cause urethritis in men and cervicitis, pelvic inflammatory disease, and fertility problems in women. Oh, gosh. MGen has already developed rapid resistance to the AZ, and in multiple studies, there has been some reported resistance to fluoroquinolone antibiotics as well. For now, the CDC recommends a 2 antibiotic treatment regimen guided by resistance testing. However, this is not commonly available. What's the bottom line here? Rates of common bacterial-caused STIs have been steadily rising. These STIs remain highly treatable, but antibiotic resistance is becoming an issue for some. We urgently need to reinvest public health resources into increasing awareness around asymptomatic spread and testing. I know that's right. Whew. So yeah, what do you guys think about all that? I don't know if I'm going to post every single paragraph, but I will do the best I can once I return to the crib and let you guys read this for yourself. This is from the USA Today. And this wasn't the only article. There was another one that I saw. I had to get to it later, but man, it's not looking too good out here knowing this. So even with lower birth rates and people not being able to be socialized as much due to the pandemic, now that things are kind of opening back up, it seems that these STIs are going crazy right now. They're going crazy. People have been cooped up in houses for too long, and now they're just letting loose and going crazy, going wild. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about that, about the rise of STIs, and how bad should we be concerned about this? Like, this is really, really bad to me. Like, all the more reason why you probably just need to just stop dating and mating in the States for right now. Seriously. Or even in the future. Anyway, that's going to be all from here. This is JJ Starwind, and I'm out.